All right, so we are live on YouTube. Let me share the YouTube link so we can. Okay, so I think we are good to go. We are live on YouTube. For those persons who want to join on YouTube, you can go to the link I posted. And please ensure you share. Ensure you share and share and share. Please ensure you share. That's the YouTube link on the chat. So please ensure you share. All right, so let's get started. Once again, my name is Caleb. And of course, for those persons who know me, um, for those persons who are just joining me for the first time, my name is Caleb Akpasubi, and I'm an entrepreneur. Currently, we're running a network marketing business called COVID Love International, as much as partnering with a real estate company, Relux. Of course, I also manage Relux Properties Limited. So, but this meeting is going to show us, especially those that are Coast Club International members, how you can make $1 million from the real estate sector. So many of us that have been in Coast Club International, all we do is um, um, recruiting people to become members. Of course, we have our digital library where you can also get information products and all of that. But primarily, is for this training, we're going to be talking majorly about real estate and how you, who you're actually a member of Coast International, take advantage. And if you are not a member, of course, you can sign up today and become a member of Covis Club International. So you can also be a part of those that we, of course, take advantage of this fantastic opportunity. So let me go back to like I said today, we're going to be talking strictly about Covis Club International real estate and how it connects to Covis Club International. All right, so guys, let me share my screen. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen. Please, if you can see my screen, kindly type 4. You You can see my screen, kindly type 4. So we get started immediately. You can see my screen, kindly type 4 on the chart. All right, fantastic. So now, one thing you need to understand about real estate is the fact that real estate is the only industry, it's the only industry that can offer you four different things, and I'm going to list them. Number one, help you. Real estate is the only industry. Okay, please, these guys. Real estate is the only industry that can offer you the four basic principles that governs money, the four basic tools that governs wealth. Sorry, the three rather. And the first one is, when it comes to building wealth, you need to know how to make money, manage money, and multiply money. You know, a lot of people know how to make money, but where the game of becoming wealthy is actually you being able to manage and multiply money. All right. So, you know, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life growing up. You know, if there's anything I love to do, I know how to make money. But guess what? It's not enough to learn how to make money. You need to do what? You need to learn how to manage the money that you're making and how to multiply it. And that's the big difference between a wealthy person and a poor person. Poor people, there are a lot of people who are poor today that, of course, these guys, they make money. A lot of millions have passed through their account. But today, majority of them are broke. Why? Because they don't understand how to manage and multiply. And if you want to be wealthy, if you really want to be rich, and if you really want to be wealthy, you must learn these three things. You must learn how to make money, you must learn how to manage money, and you must learn how to multiply money. So that is, you know, we're going to see how we can organize a training on financial education. But for today, we're just going to talk about real estate. So that's why I said real estate is the only industry that can help you make money, manage money, multiply money, and also transfer your wealth, can help you transfer your wealth from one generation to another. And I'm going to give you the analysis. Let's say, for example, you buy a plot of land, for instance. You know, there are different options. There are different ways you can buy property, or you can buy land, for instance. You can pay on installments. And maybe this is, you are earning maybe 200,000 or 300,000 monthly, and you don't even know how to manage that money, how to grow it. Of course, you can apply to Relux, an opportunity for you to spread payment. Maybe the upfront, you can do 6 months payment for a property or a land in Ekpe. So you can do 6 months payment. Maybe at the initial stage, you pay your initial payment of maybe 300,000 or 400,000. Then guess what? You start spreading the other payment. Now, what happens there is, as you keep paying those money on a monthly basis, that system is helping you manage your money. All right. Sometimes when we have liquid cash too much in our hands, we tend to spend it. And it's possible it might not be something that we want to spend it on. It's possible somebody just give us a call, maybe your brother or your uncle or your mother or whatever, trying to tell you, oh, so and so stuff, we need this, we need that. Before you know it, because you know you have liquid cash, you started spending that money. So if you don't have a plan for your money, people will help you plan for it. You can write that down. If you don't have a plan for your money, people will help you plan for it. Okay, so that's why real estate can help you make money, manage money, and multiply your money. Now, let me explain the part of multiplication. Multiplication comes more when you do more when you are able to strategically buy your property or buy land in a fast developing environment like Lagos. Everybody know Lagos is one of the most powerful place to do real estate. All right, because of the number of population that comes to Lagos every single day. I think with statistics, it was said that over 50 people migrate to Lagos. I think every hour or every 1 hour, over 50 people migrate to Lagos. All right. You know what that happens is land deficit increases, house deficit increases. Why? Because the lands are not increasing. The lands are not increasing, but population is coming. So that's why the population will keep busting out. Population will keep doing busting out. That's why you saw from mainland entered VI, from VI entered Lekki. Lekki development is moving towards Ekpe. So that's why if there's any time you should buy or invest is now. Because in another 2, 3 years, a lot of development will get to Ekpe, and you'll be hearing a plot of land, 3 million, 2.5 million, and all of that, or even as much as 5 million. Now, let me share a very short story with you, though it was a story of experience. That was in 2020. 2020, I was given an opportunity to buy 10 plots of land in Ekpe, sorry, in Igbejuleki, close to Free Trade Zone. 10 plots. Each of them was going for 8.5 million, 850,000. Guess what? I did not buy. I did not buy. Of course, I had the money. I used that money to do something else. In less than 12 months, that same location, a plot of land is selling for 2.5 million, 3 million naira. That same location in just what, 12 months. That is to tell you how fast the land or property appreciation is in Lagos. Don't joke with what I'm telling you. You know, recently or as a last year, I've been studying a lot of materials about financial education, and I realized that more than 80% of the world billionaires today have something to do with real estate. Number one, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the richest land banker in the world. As a matter of fact, he has the largest farmland in the US. So what he does is he buys bush, start doing farming on the bush. Then when development starts moving towards that location, he eventually turns it to residence, starts selling. Maybe as at the time he bought those bush, for example, maybe it's might cost maybe like $500, $200, or whatever. So by the time development gets there, you realize that he's making more than 500 to 1,000% return on investment on the property that he bought. Land. That is what we call land banking. All right. That is what we call what? Land banking. And I'm going to show us how we can also take advantage of that opportunity. And so you don't make the same mistake that I make, or that I made rather. So let's get started. My name is Caleb, of course. For those persons who don't know me, my name is Caleb, and I own a network marketing company called Covis Club International. It's fast growing. All right, to have our proven results, we're giving out more than 12 cars to our members. We've empowered thousands of people around the world, around the globe, and we are still doing what we are doing. Okay, so and this year we said we're going to take advantage of the real estate sector, which is why we are here tonight. All right, as a person, I've gone for a series of trainings. You know, I was actually in the GTEx real estate master class that was sometime last year. All right, and we're giving certificates for our training. Okay, so as a certified real estate professional, because any business you want to do, you can write this down. If You must succeed in any business that you want to do. You need to get a mentor. You need to understand the trick of the business. You need to understand the trick of the trade. Else, you fail in that business. And when you fail, you learn from your own failures. So instead of learning from your failures, why not learn from other people's failures by paying for training or for mentorship? That was exactly what I did here. I didn't want to go through all those pains. So I needed to pay for this master class. And it has really, really been amazing. And it was really an eye-opener for me. Okay, so you can actually see those that I've met. This is Dr. Stephen Akintayo, the CEO of GTech. We have Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, CEO of Common Sense Group. They said those who you follow determines what follows you. All right. So personally, I've learned from these top guys, these billionaires, Nigeria. This is the CEO of Naira Bet, Akin Alabi. And of course, engineer Namdi, that's the CEO of Slot Nigeria. Okay, so what is real estate? Real estate, real estate, real estate. Of course, there are a lot of definitions about real estate. So real estate is a real property that consists of land and improvement, buying a land and developing the land for whatever structure or whatever thing you want to use it for, whether for social amenity or social purposes, for commercial purposes, for individual residential, whatever. All right. So property rights gives a list of ownership of the land, improvements, natural resources. So a lot. One thing you have to understand is there is nothing you want to do, or there is nothing that exists on earth that does not require a land. That does not require a land. So that's why owning a land or owning a property is very critical, very important. As a matter of fact, my mentor will always say, he said, if you don't have a land, you are a poor person. Doesn't matter what you think you have. If you don't have a land, you are a poor person. All right. Because the true measure of assets, the true measure of asset is property. That's why when you want to go to your bank to get a loan, some of the things they tell you is, oh, do you have a landed property? So that is what is globally recognized as wealth. Some of these guys you see, the top richest folks in the world, most of them, they actually measure them through their property or the land or whatever they have. That's the true measure of wealth. Even in the Bible, the first commandment God gave to man, or the first thing God gave to man, is not a woman. God gave man a land, which is the Garden of Eden. So it's not a woman. Man is a land rather. So that's why you don't joke with land. Don't joke with land or property, especially land. And the reason I'm emphasizing land is because land appreciates. There are some buildings or there are some properties you even have or you buy today, and what even gives that property the value is even the land, not the property, because any house you build or any property you actually depreciates. It doesn't. So what really appreciates is the land. So if you build a duplex in a well-positioned location that has a high level of appreciation, and you build another duplex in your village, the truth is in another 10 years, the value of that duplex in that village will actually depreciate. Why the value of this duplex in a well-developed environment will appreciate. Now, what is really appreciating, it is not even the duplex. It's not the duplex. It's actually the location where that building was sited. So that's why land is critical, very important. And you can start small. That's the beauty about it. For so many people who say, oh, I don't have 1 million, I don't have 3 million, you can start even as little as 200,000, as little as 300,000. How? Installmental payment. You can do on installment. Start paying gradually. As a matter of fact, there was even a story of a guy in the UK who bought a property. I think the value of the property then was about 85,000 dollars. $85,000. And of course, the down payment was about I think $3,000 or $4,000. So the guy told them, because he had a steady job, so he told them that he was going to bring the $4,000 and he deposited that. And every month he started collecting the money on installment. Guess what? At the time the guy was actually finished paying for the property, the value of the property has gone up. The same property that was selling for $85,000, at the time he was completing the payments on that property has appreciated by 50%. The same way, we're talking about there's a land in Lekki, or there's an opportunity in Ekpe that you can invest now. And in another 2 years, 3 years, the property will go up. See, when it comes to real estate, you can never go wrong. Quote me anywhere. Property and land will always go up. Forex, it's possible you lose in Forex. It's possible you lose in crypto. But when it comes to real estate, why do you think it is called real estate? Because real estate is one of the most realest investments you can ever put your money in. Why? Because you can never go wrong in real estate. It will always go up. It will always go up. Why? Because population is increasing. Imagine, as at many years ago, the world population, what you were hearing, 1 billion, 3 billion, that's many years ago. Today, the world population is already hitting 8 billion. In another 5 years, you're going to hear 10 billion. Just keep going. Guess what? The population of the world is increasing. But God is not making more lands. Where are these people going to live in? That is to tell you, the land will always appreciate. It will always appreciate. So if you don't have an investment in land, no matter how small, even if it's 200,000, tie something down somewhere. Tie something somewhere. No matter how small, tell yourself this year, I'm going to own at least 3 plots of land in Lekki or 3 plots of land in Ekpe. Create your strategy. Create your plan. Tie something down somewhere. In another 5 years, the same land that you're buying for, currently we are doing a promo. 1 per plot in Ekpe goes for 1.5 million. But with the promo, you can get it for 1 million. And the promo is ending this February. So you can tie something down somewhere. You don't have to wait. With 300,000, you can start paying instrumentally rather. Before you know it, you set it up and you have a land to yourself. You own a land to your name. So you want to build wealth and you are not taking advantage of property, you are joking. You want to build wealth and you don't understand real estate, you are joking. Quote me anywhere. There is no billionaire alive that does not have something to do with real estate. Is it Donald Trump? Go and read about Donald Trump. There is no billionaire alive that does not have something to do with real estate. And guess what? You can start small and grow from there. I want to say this. I want to say this quote. My mentor said something. He said, if you jump up, you will sure come down. But if you grow up, you will stay up. I want to say that again. If you jump up, there are a lot of people who want get rich quick scheme. Oh, something that I can just use now. Make $1,000. This year, tell yourself that you are going to do legitimate business and grow your income legitimately. And real estate is one of the biggest options for you this year. So, like I said, if you jump up, you will come down. You will sure come down. But if you grow up, so now some of us don't know that McDonald's, the famous burger company, is actually A real estate company. Some of us don't know that. Of course, in our last meeting, I shared this with us. McDonald's is actually regarded as a real estate company in the economic world, in the business world, even though they sell what? Sell food or burger. All right. So how do they do it? What is their secret? What do they do? 85% of McDonald's is actually franchise. 85% of McDonald's is franchise. So what they do is whenever they want to sell franchise, they ensure the land where that building is going to be sited, the land is going to be owned by them. As a matter of fact, they acquire all these lands ahead in strategic locations. So when you come to meet them, so they already have a location that they know that they've done their due diligence that, oh, this location can sell. It's just for you to say, okay, the location that we have, you build whatever you want to build, and you start selling McDonald's. As you are making money, they compel you that for that, the land that you are building that structure, that land is going to be on rent. You are going to be renting that particular land from them, and you'll be paying every single month or years or whatever agreement you have. And guess what? They have over 38,695 restaurants all over the world. And these restaurants are actually paying rent on the land where all those structures are being sited. So they are able to pull about $4.5 billion on a yearly basis. Come on, real estate. Yeah. All right. So, so in summary, McDonald's is a massive real estate empire. And we're going to be talking majorly about land banking. Let me give you a formula for tonight. Let me give you a formula. I'm going to type that formula on the chat. Let me give you a formula. The formula says BL plus T equals B. Now, BL means bushland. Bushland plus time equals billions. Bushland plus time equals billions. Most of the billionaires in the real estate sector uses this formula to acquire serious wealth within a short time. What does that mean? They look for a bush close to a highly dense location. They look for a bush close to a fast developing location or a very highly dense location or a very popular city like Lagos. They buy the bush and keep that bush with time. Massive, massive plots, they keep it. Immediately they realize that development is moving towards that location, they start selling. And they make what? Billions of naira or billions of dollars. Once again, real estate. So the formula says BL plus T is equal to B. Bushland plus T plus time is equal to billions. The bush you are seeing today is the city tomorrow. Go and ask some of our parents who live in Lagos. As at 30 years ago, 30, 40 years ago, the same Ikeja, Allen, you cannot even pass Allen. Why? Because everywhere is bush. That's where they do rituals. And some persons have shared their testimony. You know, there's an old man that it was my mentor that was sharing that with me when they went to get some plot of land behind, I think behind. Unfortunately, this land was actually owned by an old man, And at that time, I think the land was he was selling the land for about 600,000 naira. So this old man talking to was actually talking to my mentor, Dr. Stephen Akintara, that um, he remembered when they were selling land in Surulere for 30,000 naira. He didn't buy a plot of land in Surulere in Lagos. They were selling for 30,000, and he was telling himself that he cannot buy land in the bush. Now this man is still years and years after. Even if it's just half plot you bought, you know how much value that would have been today. If you don't know, the Redeem Camp, all of we know today that the Geo bought Redeem Camp for 6,000 naira. 6,000. Why do you think some of our parents, what they left for some of us is property, land, house? That is what they know. But this generation has changed. You see a young boy that has money, the first thing he's thinking about is car. How to buy a car. All right, let's move. So, what is land banking? What is land banking? Land banking is the practice or is the gradual aggregation of land or gradual aggregation of parcels of land for future sale or development. Land banking is you buying land in a location that is around a highly dense city, but that location is not developed yet, knowing that development will definitely go there. Let me give you a statistic. It was a post by Washington. They posted that in the year 2100, Lagos will be the most populated city in the world in the year 2100. And of course, it's not going to happen overnight. Population is increasing. Population is increasing by the day, continuously. In another 3 years, the population of Lagos will increase. So if you buy land today, if you have an asset in Lagos today, you can never regret it. Like I said before, I made that mistake. You said you can't hear me. Please, if you can hear me, type 1. I think it's your mic. You need to work on your mic. It's your mic. Other persons can hear me. So maybe you might need to come out and join in again. Then you click on dial in, something like that. And have your mic activated. All right, so let's move. So if you have a plot of land or you have something that you have tied down in Lagos, that is why the Ekpe opportunity is hitting me hard. You know, last year when we approached or when we got there, we met the family and all of that. The level of development at that last year compared to when I went there this January, the difference was much. Like, wow. I was telling my guys, I said, come on, we have to we have to be very fast and acquire as many parcels as possible and introduce as many people that we know as possible for them to come and invest here. This is gold mine. This is gold mine. And like I said, there's a road that is going to be constructed that they're about working on. That road is going to cross from Ekpe straight down to Lekki, Igbeju Lekki Free Trade Zone, close to Dangote Refinery. And of course, we have Alaro City, also close to Ekpe. Alaro City, where the government is making into a mega city. The same way they started Banana Island in our very, very present. You know, many times when I think about this thing, I kept asking myself, where was our parents? As at the time Banana Island was launched, Banana Island was selling for 7 million naira per plot. 7 million naira per plot. Today, The least you can get a plot in Banana Island, you are looking at 850 million to 1 billion naira. So when we talk about this thing, a lot of people think maybe we are trying to collect money from them. See, if you buy or if you have an investment in Ekpe, you're not doing me good. We're only trying to help you. We do our research, we are trying to give you an opportunity for you to invest your money. Some of you have money in the bank, your money is not doing anything for you. Now, let me say this to you. If you are not rich until your money starts working for you. As long as you keep working for money, you are a poor person. As a matter of fact, Warren Buffett said something. He said, if you don't find, is it Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or whatever, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work for another man for the rest of your life. Real estate is one of the surest, risk-free, and powerful investments you can do that can grow your money. This thing, the first slide, wow, I didn't know about that. Just get to see that now. I hope you can see my slide now. You can see where I am. Oh, nobody said anything about it. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going too far. So I'm actually here talking about what land banking. I hope you can see my screen now. I hope you can see the slide where I am that is showing land banking. We can see it. Please acknowledge that you can see. All right, good. Thank you very much for that. So, like I said, land banking is the gradual aggregation of land for what future sale and development. Buy something somewhere. I beg you. Buy something. Tie something down. Tie it. So, like I said, you don't have to wait until you have 1 million or 5 million. With 200,000, 300,000, you can start an installment payment. And of course, we have other opportunities that are still going to show us. Okay. Okay. So now let's do this analysis. This is China in 1982. China in 1982. China in what? 1982. This is when China was not developed. You imagine people who had properties in China at that time. Now this is China today. All right, let's move. Dubai. Dubai is rich today because of real estate. People want to go to Dubai. Why? Because of the massive structures that they have. Keep having tall buildings, nice structures, nice stuff that people can go there and see. Real estate is what made Dubai what made Dubai what it is today. Real estate. They saw the future, they understood the power of real estate, and they started developing their nation. Now people are trooping money everywhere to invest in Dubai. In 1991, this is Dubai, and this is Dubai now. I think I heard a story whereby one of our presidents, of course, I don't know, when Dubai came to meet Nigerians or Nigeria, the Nigerian government, and told them that, oh, we want you to invest in Dubai. And the man, being a short-sighted person, said, Dubai is sand. I invest in Dubai. But see what sand has produced today. So you imagine we had massive investments in Dubai many years ago. Today it would have been a different story for this country. So this is an opportunity. I hope everything that I'm saying is making sense, because whether you like it or not, real estate, real estate, something you shouldn't joke. All right, so let's move. Now, do you know there's a man called John Jacob Astor who had an opportunity to buy massive plot of land many years ago in Manhattan. Manhattan. Now he became the richest man on Titanic, or who was the richest man on Titanic? He was the first multimillionaire in the US because of what? Land banking. What happened? He realized the power of land banking when he purchased large tracts of land, which are now known as Manhattan. Let me explain what Manhattan is to you. But you need to understand when we say Manhattan. Manhattan is a place in US that they don't even sell land anymore. What they sell in Manhattan is floors. You can't get a land there. They sell floors. People who have tall buildings, different stories, and all of that. So they sell each of those floors and all. So there was a real estate developer, a billionaire, offered a man $200 billion for his 30 floors. The man said he's not selling. And he said, all right, no problem. I'm going to bring down the 30 floors and rebuild it. So how many floors I want? Then the 30 floors that you have, I'm going to give the 30 floors to you. And I'll still pay you $200 billion. And whatever is left on top of the 30 belongs to me. That is what we are talking about in Manhattan. To live in Manhattan is very expensive. To live in Manhattan, very expensive. Now, he acquired this land at a time when nobody else realized this opportunity. Obviously, he acquired those massive structures of massive plots of land. Almost nothing. Okay, now let me share a story with you. There's a woman in Lagos. This woman, she's a civil servant, and she's just this person who loves buying property. And fortunately for her, she had then, as at that time, that's about 12, 15 years ago, she was actually staying on the mainland. So she heard that there were people buying, or there were this development coming to island, were selling land and all. So she just went to meet them and like, oh, she wants a facility. Her budget is 20 million. So where she was asking for, it didn't, there was nothing that could buy that 20 million could afford there. So they took her to one place. So she just paid, at least let her have something somewhere. 12 years later, somebody called her that they heard that she's owner of one land somewhere, that they are willing to pay 100 million for the land. Willing to pay 100 million for the land. And when she heard 100 million, she's like, 100 million, okay. And she now went to do research. She now realized that this is the same land, or this is the place where the government is trying to make or to become the Ikoyi that we have today. And she told them that she's not selling. Told them she's not selling. And guess what? She told them she's not selling. And guess what? 1 month after, they came after her and told her that they want to offer her 200 million. She didn't sell. What she did, she sold all the property she had on the mainland. Then she developed the property on the island. She started living in a 3-bedroom flat during the construction and all that. So what she did, she built 4 blocks of flats on the island in Ikoyi. She's staying in one of the blocks and she rented 3. Today, she collects about 60 million naira per annum on that facility. The big part of it is, if you if you are in our compound, you see Adenuga's compound from our compound. Why? Power of land. The bush you buy today is the city tomorrow. See, never, if there's anything you forgot in this training today, is that never you forget this, that the bush you buy today is the city tomorrow. So which bush do you own? Some of you don't own bush. Me, I want to own a lot of bush this year. My target is to have a lot of bush. I will buy the bush, keep it. Tomorrow, some persons will be begging me that they want to stay in that same bush. Because why? City, the bush is becoming or is turning into a city. So you have strategically positioned yourself for you to be wealthy. Wealth is something you do strategically. And real estate is one of the best ways you can do it. All right, let's move. So why should you invest in land? There are many reasons you should invest in land. Land doesn't really need maintenance. Land appreciates even faster than buildings. You can grow your returns easily. It's not expensive to own or maintain. You don't have to spend money. It's not like when you are building a house or you're done, or when you buy a house, you need to spend money to maintain the house. The land is not like that. You just buy. You don't even have to spend money to maintain. And the return grows it grows your returns easily. All right. So there are a lot of other areas about you getting the land. So like I said before, that the GEO bought the Redeem Campground many years ago for 6,000 naira. It's everywhere. You can Google it. So how to get a good location for land banking? All right, you need to look at places where it has a highly dense city, locations around a highly dense city like Lagos, Abuja, even places outside Nigeria, all right, cities outside Nigeria and all of that. So, but for now, what I know the most is those within Nigeria. You have to look at Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, name them. So that is one way you know where and how to do land banking. Of course, don't go and buy land in your village, it will not appreciate. All right, because there's no development going there. The current project that have been carried out, you need to do your study, carried out areas in Lagos, Ibadan, Ogun State, and some are yet to invest. They prefer to have large sum reading in their accounts. That is very unwise. All right, so this is the land banking curve. As at the time when it's undeveloped, this is the cost, very low cost. This green part is the profit. So when it's pre-developed, people have gradually started coming there. Ekpe currently is a pre-developed place. I think the family where we got those properties from, the man was telling us where he built his own house. He bought it for 50,000 naira. That was like 13 years ago. Today, that same place is selling for about 15 million naira where he built his house, because his house is fully inside the town in Ekpe. So now Ekpe is becoming pre-developed. So you imagine it was like 5 years ago we got there, or 4 years ago. Of course, it would have been way, very, very cheap. So now it's becoming pre-developed, though the profit is not really as high as when it's now fully developed. So when it's fully developed, this is the profit margin, very, very high. Okay, so that's the land curve. So ladies and gentlemen, I bring you opportunity for you to be a part of what is happening in the real estate sector. Like I said to you, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you have. Start small and grow big. So this is land banking with Relox Properties Limited. So I'm going to explain it here. Then I'll share with you how those that are members of Focus Club International can as well be a part of it. You become a landowner through Relox Properties Limited. And there are 4 basic ways you can do that. Though those 4 ways, we don't have the slide here. But let me just explain it to us. Number one is what we call outright payment. Outright payment is where you bring out your money and pay fully for the property. I've been getting contact, a lot of contact, people from diaspora, and we're having a very mega event in Benin on Saturday and on Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a mega event. I'm going to show you the flyers here. So there are a lot of persons I've been connecting online, offline, and all of that. People have been calling for that property in Lekpe, and it's fast selling. We started with 1,000 plots, and of course, we even have limited plots available for sale. So this is a very big opportunity for you to take advantage of. So, and we are currently running a promo. The promo says each plot is going for 1.5, but if you buy between now and the end of February, you are getting it for 1 million naira. All right. So, and that promo ends at the end of February. So that's the promo for that we have. So we have one, the outright payment, where you pay and you own. That is what we call the buy to own. Then the other one, we have the installment payment. You are still buying to own, but you're not paying outrightly. And when you're paying on installment, the longer it is, the more money it is. So we're going to drop the installment. Let me see if I can put it on the chart. Let me check installment payment. Okay. All right. So, and most of these values are actually Naira. So we can as well do all the conversation, all the conversions. So as you can see, we have the first installment is, if you are doing outright, is 1 million. Then if the first installment is a 4 weeks plan where you have to pay initial deposit of 300,000 and subsequent to pay 300K. That's for 4 weeks. That's a month. Then we have the one for 3 months. We have the one for 3 months. 3 months installment. All right. So the 3 months installment is 1.3. Initial deposit is 500,000, and you pay 400,000 all through the month until you are done. Then we have the 6 months, which is 1.4. Initial deposit is 400K, and you pay 200K till you are done. Then finally, we have the 11 months. We have 1.6. Initial deposit is 200,000. Then you pay per month 140,000. You are done. Okay, someone is asking how much is 1 million naira in US dollars. Okay, I will do the calculation and I'll let you know within a short while. But it shouldn't be depending on the exchange rate though. Well, I'll check and I'll let you know for the end of this meeting, or we'll drop it on the group. Okay. All right. So like I said, you can take advantage of any of those installments payments so you can be a landowner. Now, the second one you can do is what we'll call, okay, no, the third one rather is the first two is what we'll call buy to own. Why the other two, yes, is it two or one? Okay, yes, is what we call buy to sell. Now, these are people who want to buy and resell. All right, you're not buying to own it, even though at the end of the day is your own, your portion that you're buying, but it's what we call the buy to sell. But before I explain that, let me quickly play this video for us. Let me play this video for us.
So land banking is the gradual aggregation of land, okay, for future sale or development. So number one way to know the right location to do land banking. Get a land, okay, close to a mega city, close to a mega highly dense population. You know why? People will soon begin to leave that major city and begin to move to somewhere because they want somewhere more affordable or they want somewhere quieter, somewhere a bit more calm. And because of that, value of land in the outskirts of the major city begin to go up. So the best place to do land banking in Nigeria, who can tell me? Come on, tell me, where is the number one location to do land banking in Nigeria right now? Okay, I want to start the answer. Who knows the answer? Where is the best location, okay, to do land banking right now? If in Nigeria, like you are talking about Nigeria, best location for land banking. Can I get an answer? Please share this video 100 times. Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, across all social media platforms. Share, 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 share. Yes, Lagos is the major densely populated location. So the place to then do land banking is as follows. You want to look at Ibejuleki and Ekpe. You want to look at Ota, Aton, Idiroko. You want to look at Badagry. You want to look at Ikodu. You want to look at Lagos Ibadan Expressway. These are places that you want to do land banking. And why is this so? Because Lagos, okay, population increase by 50 people every 1 minute. People relocate to Lagos.
1 minute. Wow.
You didn't hear that. Some of you didn't hear that. 50 people, according to certain figures, right, unconfirmed though, 50 people relocate to Lagos every 1 minute. 50 people move to Lagos.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, from the village, they're coming. They're coming. In fact, the former start was about 20 people. Now it's grown. From rural areas, they're just coming to Lagos. Lagos is where to make it. If you watch some of these home videos that are done in the village, what do they normally say? They will tell you, nah, go and meet your uncle in Lagos, right? As if once you get to Lagos.
All right, so that's that for that. These are statistics upon statistics upon statistics. How many can we say? All right, so let me share. So now the other one is buy to sell. Now, buying to sell is, for example, you can buy, of course, you can buy a property like outright just to keep and for you to sell in future and all of that. But if you want to really do investments, you are not buying to own. Maybe you want to come and live in Ekpe, or you're not even interested in living in Ekpe, but you want to take advantage of the investment opportunities over there. This is where we actually brought out an opportunity for you, which is called the repart concept. All right. It is called what? The repart concept. The repart concept means Relox property and asset trading. For you to be able to trade, property, to trade land, to trade whatever. Are you getting it now? So, and how does it work? You can start trading real estate online with as low as 100,000. So, we already said there are massive plots, of course, in Ekpe, or you take advantage of. But now you don't have that 1 million and you don't want to buy to own. You want to invest and get your return on investment. What you can do, each of those lands, there are some part of those, some of those lands that we have shared into portions. So the land that is 600 square meter, we have shared it into 12, and each of those fractions of one, each of those fractions into 12 goes for 100,000 naira. So 12 persons who invest 100,000 naira, there will be a plot that will be assigned to them. Now that plot of land is not for them. The plot of land is going to help them grow their money from 100,000 to Like we said here, you can earn a minimum of 30% to 300% return on investment in 12 months. 30% to 300%. It can even do up to 400. Are you getting it now? So just you have to have, that's why we had to put that benchmark. So when you put in your 100,000, at the end of 1 year, you are sure of earning at least, even if you didn't earn at all, at least 30%. I already showed you, I already given you a story of the same particular plot of land I was supposed to buy for 850. And in 12 months, it did 850 to 2.5 million. That's more than 300%. Or that's about 300%. So if this investment or if this land with all the projects that are coming to Ekpe, all those projects are being executed, I'm telling you, you imagine you invest 100,000 and at the end of 12 months, you are getting, let's say, 200% return on investment. That your 100,000 should have increased to about 300,000, and you can do more. That is just the least that you can do. You can do more. All right. So that gives you an opportunity to say, okay, no, that's money that I have. At least it's in the bank. It's not doing anything. Instead of me to spend that money, instead of me to spend that 100,000, let me tie it down somewhere. And at least at the end of 12 months, at the end of a year, I know I'm getting something somewhere. All right. So, can I go back? How do you mean go back? Do you have specific question you want to ask? If you have a question you want to ask, you can drop the question so I get to understand and answer the question. Oh, this is Mrs. Helen from UK. Is it UK or US? You're welcome. You know, I've been trying to get your attention for a while for you to, you know, the last meeting we had, I said I was going to talk to you and your people on how you can do investment in Nigeria, legitimate investment. And thank God we have something handy that can really, really go a whole long way. So note, if you also refer someone to buy a portion of that property, a portion, we call it property block. If you invite or if you refer somebody to buy a property or a property block or whatever, you get 10% for doing what? For doing referral. So these are ways you can start your real estate business and grow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on the 21st and 22nd of January, we're having a massive event. Of course, it's not free, it's 100K, but we are giving only the first 50 people that will register. And you have to be in Benin. It's not an online event. It's an on-site event. Only for the first 50 to send book me to this number. So the first 50, we're going to gain entrance for free. Anything outside the first 50 is 100,000 naira, and we are not begging anybody to come. So because whatever I'm going to be sharing, it's real value, real value. So if you want to change your financial status with real estate in 2022, I am here to show you how and also to mentor you on how you can achieve it. All right, so how to build wealth through real estate with zero capital. You can start no matter how, with nothing. All you need to do is to become a property broker. All right, property broker. You sell, if you don't have the money to buy, you have friends, connect with your friends. By the time they buy property in Ekpe, with all the necessary explanation and statistics that you have, talk to them. By the time they are ready to buy, you get your 10% and you start from there. It's not an online event, it's an on-site event. So, and Mrs. Helen, are you in Nigeria now? Or you are still in abroad? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so that's that for that. So for those persons who are you are a member of Covis Club International, this is the opportunity we have for you. You know, for those that are not members, of Covis, of course, the least you can do, the least you can take advantage of is 100,000 because the sharing has been done, all right, and each portion of land was shared into 12 places. But for Covis Club International members, we had to share, or Relux gave Covis members an opportunity to start with as little as 50,000 naira. So that's about $125, which is 400 naira conversion rate. That's the language Covis members understand. Okay, so how does it work? So you go to your Covis account, you log into your account. Okay, so you log into your Covis account. After logging in, you go to Relux Properties. So you have an opportunity to what? To buy Relux Properties and also sell Relux Properties. So for someone who wants to buy, you're going to see there, land located at the heart of Ekpe, Lagos, invest in this property and earn between 300% to 30%. Okay, this ought to be 300% return on investment in 12 months or less. Each block, I guess we can see my screen. Okay, good. Each block is worth $125, which is 50,000 in Nigerian naira. And available block. Okay, yes, Mr. Mr. John from South Africa that was asking what's the conversion of 1 million. You can use, we can use CCI e-wallet. You can use CCI wallet to pay. That can also help you. So you can do the equivalent and you pay via CCI wallet. So I can tell you the dollar equivalent in CCI wallet, which you can, I think if it's 400 naira per dollar CCI, I'll do the calculation, like I said, and I'll send it to you. Okay, so you can buy, to tell you how many blocks you want to buy. You can buy 3 blocks, you can buy 4 blocks. If you put one, it shows you the price of one here. It's 125. If you put 10, it shows you the price. So you can buy as many blocks as possible. All right. So that's how it works. So if, for instance, you registered somebody into Covis Club International, all right, and the person buys a property block for $125, maybe the person bought 2 blocks. Possibly the person wants to buy 2 blocks of, that's $250. You're getting 10% instantly, and that is even automatic. So the wallet, if it's 2 blocks, which is $250, you get your $25 that instantly. So, and it's to only your direct. So if A refers B, B buys a property, A that's through this platform, A is going to get 25 and 10% instantly. And that's how that works. Who's member and you want to be a full-blown real estate property broker with Relux, of course, you can also register on Relux sites. You can go to Relux site and register fully. All right. Maybe I'll share my link on the group. Register. Let me log into my account. All right. So this is my sorry, it's my file link. Let me drop it on the chat. Okay, Fume Iyango, are you coming to Benin? If you are coming to Benin, kindly reply yes, I'm coming to Benin. Because the meeting is going to be holding in Benin. Anyway, you stay in Edo State, so you can, of course. course, you can travel here. So on that meeting, we're going to talk fully about Relux, all the opportunities in Relux. So that is not a COVID property brokerage seminar. This one tonight was for COVID members. All right, that is strictly going to be for Relux. So even though you're a COVID member and you want to learn how to be a property broker and how to do well, make money, get return on investment and all of that, of course you can do also. Okay, if you are going to be coming, so on the flyer, I'm going to drop the flyer on the chat, so you can, on that flyer, you can see, you need to send a number. So you need to send book me to that number. All right. So once I drop the flyer on the book, immediately after this trip, you can send book me to that number. Then you will get a call for your reservation. Okay. So that's very important. And of course, if you have friends in Benin that you want to help them, so you can help them take advantage on time before the 50 slot is for publicity. It will start fully tomorrow. I did social media publicity, one-on-one flyers, roadshow. So it's going to be a very massive event here in Benin. Okay, so that is that for that. If you have a question, please kindly put up your hand and we answer your question. If you have a question, kindly put up your hand and answer your question. You have a question, kindly put up your hand. Okay, Mike. You can unmute yourself, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, leader. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening. I think you joined late.
No, I joined some minutes ago. I think 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago.
Okay. All right, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So I wanted to find out, let's say, so we buy one block. I buy one block. And after a year, is it like, if I wish to sell the block I bought, is it possible, or must I wait till it can be let me say, up to be bought by someone before I'm able to sell? Or
No, we
can I
do the
sell?
selling for you. You don't have to stress yourself on the selling. Are you getting it now? So the way the stuff work is everybody that buys a block there, you have it's like a contract. Are you getting it now? So, and that contract lasts for 1 year. So you are not going to stress yourself on how to sell the block. The contract is everybody that has that plot of land at the end of 1 year, the company Relux is going to sell that land to an individual. Are you getting it now? So when the land is sold to an individual, the profit, maybe the land, as at the time everybody invested, it was 1.2 million, because 1.2 times 12 times 100, that's 1.2. Maybe as at the time the land is being sold, maybe it's selling for like 2.4 million. That's like 100%, like times two. So everybody's going to now get back $200, and sorry, 200,000 naira, which is, if it was $125 you put it, that means you're getting back $250. Are you getting it?
Yeah, that's
Hello?
all right. Thank you.
Yes, so the selling and everything is not in your head. Your own is just buy. Once you buy, if it appreciates at the time where it's time to sell, there are a lot of people that will buy it. Once it's being sold, you get your return on investment. I remember what you were part of those people who did savings then.
Yes, exactly.
And you saw how that money was very useful to you at that time.
Very, very useful.
At the time. So you imagine you are doing such now. It can just be something that you just buy and just it will be as though you forgot it. It's at the end of the year, by the time they are telling you, oh, this is money that I have earned, oh, you're like, wow. So that's the way it works. So real estate helps you make money, manage your money, and multiply your money with time. So there are some of those projects that we will come up with that is even more than a year, maybe 2 years, 3 years, so that the value can appreciate more. So, but if we do a year, we can, in the process, even before that 1 year complete, if you have more money, you can invest in other ones. Because that's one that we just show, it's just one of the property that is actually available. So if there are other opportunities in some other locations, some other cities, and the plan is Relox is going to be covering even not just Nigeria alone. We're looking at Dubai, we're looking at Ghana. So there are a lot of beautiful cities that we have bush that the company has a plan of doing land banking in those locations. So as it comes, we push it out there. Those who wants to invest, they invest and they get a return on investment. So before you know it, we started building something massive.
All right, it's a good one. It's a very good one.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so who else is there? Okay, ask to unmute. You can unmute your mic, please.
Hello, I greet you all.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. Where are
Evening,
you
sir.
calling from?
From Benue State.
Benue State, Makurdi
Yeah.
or Boko?
Boko.
Okay, I
Yes,
can hear
boss.
you.
So, actually, real estate project is what I've been longing to, as in to join the platform. So, having this about opportunity, I don't want to give it a second chance. So now my real question comes here. How much are we looking at, like, to start the project? And then how much for the event which is taking place in Benin? I didn't get you well when you mentioned that. Although I saw something during the presentation of screen, but I couldn't read it well before it was closed. So how much are we looking at, like, to put into the project now? And what was going to be the outcome in a few months or a year, as you were saying?
Okay, and you want to invest are you a member of COVIS?
Yes, I'm in level 3, as in stage 3, level 3, as in trying to complete level 3. Barnabas, precisely, Barnabas, actually.
Okay, basically we have an opportunity for COVIS members for them to be able to start with 50,000, like I said. Why, if you are investing directly with Relox? Okay, now maybe the first question I should ask, are you buying to sell or you're buying to own? Which one? Hello, are you there? Are you buying to sell like an investment or you're buying to own? Your network. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I said, are you buying to sell like investment or you're buying to own?
No, I'm buying to sell. That's for
Like you
investment.
want to be an investor in real estate.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, in that case, for COVID members, like I said, they can start with $125. 125 COVID
Okay,
dollars.
225.
125. Go to your if you log into your account, you see it there. Just log into your account, you click on Relux Properties, you see the value you can start with. So you can start with a higher amount, maybe like 200 $250 or whatever. So but the least you can do is $125. Are you getting it? Hello, are you there?
Oh,
Hello, are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, the network. Okay, so any other person, if you have a question, please kindly ask. So put up your hand. All right, so if there's no more question, then I think we call it a day tonight. So you can watch the replay of this training, or you can share it, play of this training on YouTube on Caleb Akpasubi TV. We're live on YouTube at Caleb Akpasubi TV. So you can watch it there. You type it. So, okay, that's the link to the YouTube. So you can share it and get other persons, or you can watch it over and over again to understand some of the things we shared. All right. So once again, thank you so much for your time. So please, I want to allow you, or I want to employ you to take action. All right. The plots of land we have is fast selling, and we have an opportunity to be a part of this at this stage. Please take advantage of it. You can chat me up privately, so we can get started. Let me drop my contacts, personal contact, for those persons who don't have it. That's my contact, so you can reach out to me, so we can what you can get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing us in our next meeting. Mrs. Sole, yeah, that's authentic. Welcome, Mr. Philip, Mr. Bedrak, Mr. John, Mike, Mato Cash, Ingrid from South Africa, Mrs. Jennifer, Mrs. Nyango. I see all of you, and I hope a lot of us understood how we can take advantage of real estate as a CCI member. Hope you got, hope you got value, Mrs. Authentic. Hope you got value. Hope you got value. Come on, share your chat, share your message on the chat. If you got value, type I got value. Type I got value. I got value. So please, in the next training, I would really love us to invite as many people as possible. As many people as possible. All right. So wherever you are, whether you're in Nigeria or beyond, you can take advantage of the opportunity through COVID And of course, when it comes to payment, you can pay through CI dollar. So there will not be issue for payment and all that. Okay. So once again, thank you so much for your time. And I'm looking forward to seeing us again in the next training. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. Good night.
Thanks so much for the training, sir. We really
Thank you very much.
appreciate.
We appreciate you, sir.
I hope everyone is on that WhatsApp group. Everybody on the an associate WhatsApp group. If you are not on the WhatsApp, let me drop the group link here.
I was even about to ask the same question. If we can join the group.
Ma?
Has taken its reward system and not higher by giving us another lottery winners by the Lagos.
Okay. You can join the Relux and Associate group for more details on properties and all that. Good night, everyone.